All that and more coming up. But first, our top story tonight, X Factor creator facing the music. The discovery that Simon Cowell, a multimillionaire music mogul, was having an affair with his best friend's wife is being splashed on headlines and throughout newspapers around the world. Adding spice to the scandal, she's pregnant with the mogul's first child, and her estranged husband has named Cowell in the divorce papers. Now, this is outlandish behavior from all sides, but there are lessons that we can all take away from this. Here to weigh in, Lise Wheel, Fox News legal analyst, Vikki Ziegler, a divorce attorney, and Bill Frumkin, attorney. Welcome to you all. Great group of people to talk about this. Only one fella. Sorry, Bill. So, Lise, I want to start with you. So, clearly, Cowell here, he doesn't have a corner on the market for stupidity, but he sure is a trailblazer when it comes to this.
Yes.
I want to know, how much money could he lose in all of this?
A lot. I mean, he's got $350 million that we've heard. That's at least been reported. Now, what will happen in all of this process, both the divorce proceeding and the child custody proceeding, is we'll find out exactly forensic analysis about exactly how much money he has. Child custody is usually kind of set up on a little grid. You know, you owe this much. Not with him. He's got so much money. He's got more money than God. So he's going to be paying a lot of money for this child.
All right. But, Vikki, let me ask you, is the biggest issue the child, or is there somebody else coming for his dough here?
It's secondary, because the child isn't born yet. There's no paternity test. So once we find out and determine actually scientifically that Simon Cowell is the father of this child, then there's going to be a child support issue and hearing. First and foremost, it's how does the Silvermans get divorced? Can Mrs. Silverman say, listen, I'm going to take less because I don't want Simon Cowell to testify during the divorce hearing, open up all of his financials, the emotional, this torrid affair?
Sounds good.
That's what's happening. We can't wait. It's salacious. But what I do during, in the courtroom every day, we don't want Simon Cowell, if you're representing him, to testify. So settle. Get less out of the deal,
exactly.
And Andrew Silverman walks away saying, haha, everyone found out you cheated, you impregnated my wife, and I'm paying less.
We all already know. And apparently, Simon Cowell said, I will take care of this child. Bill, to you. I think it's so interesting, $350 million at stake here. The husband saying that he wants, clearly is trying to get himself absolved of having any money to pay whatsoever. What is at stake here for Simon Cowell and for the wife?
Well, I think certainly it's a public relations nightmare, at least it seems at this point. But I think there's a lot of prejudging going on here. First of all, his track record is, in other situations has been good. He hasn't really run from his responsibilities. There's no really indication that he will do that here, if in fact it is his child, although it seems like it is.
To that point, so he dated a woman named Terry Seymour, a TV host, I believe, in England. For 6 years, he gave her $9 million. He had a fiancée that he also supported. I mean, this is a guy who makes good on his promises. And Lisa's already said, I'm going to take care of this child.
Yes.
How would he do this? Would it be a trust? How would he go about supporting?
Exactly. A trust could be set up for the child, anything like that. He's not going to get custody of the child because they're not married.
I don't think he wants it, right?
Hold on.
The other thing that we're looking at, though, too, is alienation of affection with Silverman, the husband, because he can file a whole separate lawsuit.
What would that be?
Alienation of affection. You took my wife. I mean, it's
not
old,
in New York, though. It's
a medieval sort of standard, but I mean, it's possible, that could be hanging over his head.
Listen, this is what it's going to be.
You took my wife away.
Simon Cowell is going to have some type of custodial rights and parenting rights. Okay, listen, I'm going to be his advocate for a second. He
has none on this panel.
He doesn't. No, from a legal standpoint, what he did to, is disgusting. But because she's obviously married currently, what's going to happen is he's going to pay a lot in child support over the minimum guidelines. It's going to be enhanced because he has a huge fortune. The child should benefit. Child care, nannies, cars, clothing. I mean, forget about it. This child's going to not want for anything. Trust, college funds.
What about her? What about Lauren? What about her?
She doesn't work. What about
What did she get? Come on.
The point is, first of all, I think, even though there's no fault divorce in New York, her conduct may obviously play into this. But from his standpoint, I don't see why we're prejudging him and all this negativism, other than getting involved in it, because he may embrace this child. He may willingly take care of this child. He may want to take care of this child.
Boo! How can you? You can't. Listen, he hasn't denied that it's not his child. He hasn't denied that that he had an affair with a friend of his while they used to, travel together in the same parts. I mean, come on. He honestly had a really bad plan and poor judgment when he did this. So, I mean, you can't support this guy for doing that.
I'm not saying in that regard, but I'm just saying that I think there is some prejudging going on.
It'll be less if it's it'll be less in the divorce settlement than it would have been had she not had the affair and had the child, because now now the court is going to say, well, you got Simon Cowell out there with all this money, and you were the one that wronged your husband. Because you're right, New York is no fault, but he didn't go with no fault. He went with adultery.
Right.
Right.
But
So this is a fault divorce. This is this unusual, strange kind of filing.
But we do it a lot of times because we want to pay back that paramour, that person, and the person that actually cheated on you, to say, listen, everyone's going to know about it. So that's what we do as lawyers, and we serve as a co-respondent, Simon Cowell. That's what happened.
Just me. This may be a boring legal point, but how are we going to have jurisdiction over this guy here? I mean, he doesn't.
The Silvermans, look, they live here.
But what about him?
What about him? He was served.
But he's named as a respondent. But does he have minimum
I got to ask
contact?
one more question to make this a legitimate business topic, okay? So Simon Cowell, clearly, a few problems here, right? And he's kind of done this sort of thing before. What should he do financially to protect himself? If you know that occasionally things get out of hand and you want to protect your assets from a Lauren or from Lauren's husband, what should you do?
It's a tough call because, you know, whatever he does now is going to look like he's hiding it. You know, that
But I
this
mean,
is something you have
future.
to.
Can you imagine
down the road
for an insurance policy and you go to the insurance company and say, I want an insurance policy in case I do this again?
Oh, but guess what? He's going to have life insurance for child support because, God forbid, he dies. He's going to have to underwrite his child support obligation.
Why doesn't he put his money, all his assets, into a trust?
He could.
Should.
He could.
Now,
I mean,
he wouldn't have control over it, but at the end of the day, nobody would have
But
access
any
to it.
celebrity, anybody that has a lot of money could have to anticipate this, and I'm sure people do.
LLCs, any type of trust to protect your assets from creditors and, unfortunately, people that perhaps you cheat on.
Family court, that'll come out.
Wow. I'm glad we did this topic. You guys did a great job. Thank you. Elise, Vikki, and Bill, great job. Thanks so much. Wow.